What if I told you that some of the biggest names in Hollywood, music, and sports, people with millions of fans, massive bank accounts, and the entire world watching them, quietly sat down one day and said, "I choose Islam." No drama. No headlines warning them. No pressure from anyone. Just a personal decision that changed their entire life. Today, we're counting down the top 10 celebrities who converted to Islam, and trust me, a few of these names are going to genuinely surprise you. Some of these stories are powerful. Some are emotional. And one of them, well, you're going to want to stick around for that one. Let's get into it. Islam is the second largest religion in the world, with over 1.8 billion followers. And while most Muslims are born into the faith, every single year, thousands of people from different cultures, backgrounds, and yes, even from the world of fame and stardom, make the personal choice to embrace Islam. These are not small, unknown figures. These are people you've seen on screen, heard on the radio, and watched compete on the world's biggest stages. So, without further delay, let's count them down. Kicking off our list at number 10 is someone whose name alone is a cultural landmark, Janet Jackson. The legendary pop star and sister of Michael Jackson quietly converted to Islam around 2012, reportedly influenced by her then-husband, Wissam Al-Mana, a Qatari billionaire businessman. Janet has kept her spiritual life very private, which is honestly refreshing in an age where celebrities overshare everything. But those close to her say the faith brought her real peace and a deeper sense of purpose, something that is hard to find when you've been famous since childhood. She and Wissam later divorced, but her spiritual journey? That's hers to keep. At number 9, we have one of the greatest comedians of all time, Dave Chappelle. Yes, the man who made us laugh so hard it hurt is also a Muslim. Dave converted to Islam back in 1998, long before his massive fame on Chappelle's show. He has spoken openly about how the faith was not a sudden thing, but something that felt right and natural to him. In a world where comedians often use their platform to mock everything, Dave Chappelle chose a faith that gave him discipline, reflection, and humility. And while his comedy is as sharp as ever, there's clearly something grounding him. Maybe now you know what it is. Number 8. Ice Cube. The West Coast rap legend, actor, and film producer converted to Islam in the early 1990s, deeply influenced by the Nation of Islam and the teachings around community, discipline, and self-respect. Ice Cube has never been shy about how his faith shaped his worldview. He's talked about how Islam helped him see beyond the streets, beyond the industry games, and focus on something bigger than himself. From Straight Outta Compton to Friday to running his own production company, Ice Cube is a man who built an empire, and he'll tell you, faith had everything to do with it. At number 7, Sinéad O'Connor. The iconic Irish singer, famous for her powerful voice and that unforgettable shaved head, converted to Islam in 2018 and changed her name to Shahada Sadaqat. Her conversion came after years of personal struggle, and she described Islam as the natural conclusion of her spiritual search. She said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that Islam was the last piece of a very long puzzle. Sinéad was never someone who did things to fit in. She was always bold, always searching for truth. Her conversion to Islam was just the most honest thing she ever did. Sadly, Sinéad passed away in 2023, but her spiritual legacy lives on, a reminder that peace can be found, even after the most painful journeys. Coming in at number 6 is Jermaine Jackson, the brother of the king of pop himself. Jermaine converted to Islam in 1989 during a trip to Bahrain, and took the Islamic name Muhammad Abdul-Aziz. He has spoken extensively about how Islam gave him clarity and structure during one of the most chaotic periods of his life. Being part of one of the most famous families in entertainment history is not exactly easy. Jermaine has said that Islam taught him who he truly was, underneath all the fame and the noise. That's a powerful thing for anyone to find. And for someone who grew up in the spotlight, it's even more meaningful. We are at number 5, and this one is legendary. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, converted to Islam in 1964, shortly after winning the heavyweight championship of the world. He was born Cassius Clay. But after joining the Nation of Islam and later embracing Sunni Islam, he became Muhammad Ali, a name that would echo through history forever. Ali didn't just convert quietly. He announced it to the world. He refused military service based on his religious beliefs, was stripped of his title, and banned from boxing for 3 years at the absolute peak of his career. He sacrificed everything for his faith. And then he came back, and became even greater. Muhammad Ali is not just a sports icon. He is proof that conviction, when rooted in genuine faith, is stronger than any opponent you will ever face. At number 4, Cat Stevens, now known as Yusuf Islam. In the 1970s, Cat Stevens was one of the biggest singer-songwriters on the planet. Songs like Wild World and Father and Son defined a generation. And then, at the height of his fame, he walked away from it all. After a near-drowning experience and a deep period of spiritual reflection, Cat Stevens converted to Islam in 1977. He left the music industry, gave his money to charity, and dedicated himself to education and Islamic causes. He eventually returned to music decades later, but on his own terms, with his faith intact. His story is one of the most radical, most complete transformations on this list. A man who had everything the world offered, and chose something no award show could give him. Number 3. Iron Mike Tyson. The most feared boxer in history converted to Islam in 1992 while he was in prison. Now, Mike Tyson's life story is complicated. There were mistakes, there was pain, there was violence. But he has spoken honestly and openly about how Islam became his anchor when he had nothing else. He took the name Malik Abdul-Aziz and has credited his faith with giving him the tools to rebuild himself, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Today, Mike Tyson speaks about Islam with the same intensity he once brought into the boxing ring. The difference is, now it's peace he's fighting for. That transformation. That is the power of genuine faith. At number 2, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Born Lou Ulcindor, he converted to Islam in 1971 and took a new name that has since become one of the most recognized in NBA history. Kareem is not just the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He is an intellectual, an author, a civil rights activist, and a man who has lived his faith quietly and consistently for over 50 years. He converted after studying Islam deeply under the guidance of a teacher, and has said the faith gave him a framework for justice, community, and purpose that basketball alone never could. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is proof that Islam is not just a moment of conversion, it is a lifetime of commitment. And at number 1, there is only one name that could hold this spot. Malcolm X. Born Malcolm Little, he converted to Islam while serving time in prison in the early 1950s, and what followed was one of the most extraordinary transformations in American history. Malcolm became the voice of a generation. Fearless, brilliant, uncompromising. He traveled to Mecca for Hajj in 1964, and what he witnessed there, Muslims of every color, every nationality, praying side by side as equals, changed him forever. He came back a different man. And he died a martyr, assassinated in 1965 at just 39 years old. Malcolm X did not just convert to Islam. He became Islam in the eyes of millions. His story is a story of redemption, of growth, and of a man who was always searching for truth, and found it. And there you have it, 10 celebrities who chose Islam, each with a story that is completely their own. What's remarkable about this list is not the fame these people had. It's the fact that fame, all the money, all the attention, all the applause, wasn't enough. They were searching for something deeper, something real. And they found it. Whether you are Muslim, curious, or just someone who loves a great human story, I hope this video gave you something to think about today. Now, here's what I need from you. If you learned something new from this video, smash that like button right now. It seriously helps this channel grow more than you know. Share this video with a friend or family member who loves learning about real stories like these. Drop a comment below. Tell me, which story surprised you the most? Was it Cat Stevens, Mike Tyson, or someone else? And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video like this one. We've got so many more powerful stories coming your way. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep learning.